The war of orcs and dwarves has recommenced, and now an army of goblins and orcs prepares to march on Erebor in today's Dawnless Days battle for you here today. And what a clash we have lined up, as we have the dwarves of Erebor forming multiple ranks here, ready to face down thousands of goblins and orcs in this 4v4 Lord of the Rings clash. And yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Look at the balance of power to start off this battle as well. 13,000 orcs and goblins against 6,000 dwarves. But numbers do not matter. Quality is what matters. And dwarves have plenty of that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. I'm getting straight on into it as well. I was going to say, I thought that I fast forwarded a little bit. I was like, oh crap, these guys are getting straight on into the fight. They are not messing around. I thought it'd be a bit more of a skirmish phase. No, the goblins just charge straight on in this one here. Erebor Axe Guards cycling in and out, trying to get some charge bonuses. Blade Warriors here are losing to the Spear Guards. No surprise there as well. Goblins, you know, they may have mass, but they don't have quality. They're just going to have to run so many units into this. We've got Black Shield Bodyguards by the dozen over here. We have a Mordor army here as well. We've got Morgul Raiders. We've got Gothmog as well. I'm fearful that they've abused the Gothmog thing, especially we've got Black Shield Bodyguards and we've got Morgul Raiders. I'm not seeing a single archer here, so I have a feeling that Mordor has, you know, used the sneaky buff that Gothmog offers and kind of abused that ability, which is kind of a shame if he has done that. I feel like that's a bit unfair. I'm looking forward to that hopefully getting patched. Got the goblins here. I think we've got 3 goblins and 1 Mordor, and against 4 dwarves. We've got Balin, we've got Gimli, we've got Day 9foot, and I think, do we have Thorin the Third as well? There he is. Yeah, we have Thorin as well, the Stonehelm. We don't often see him. But yeah, we've got all 4 of the unique generals for the dwarves here, which is awesome. I mean, I guess there are technically 5, but there are 2 Danes. So we don't want doppelgangers, not in this game. But yeah, the Erebor's like infantry, basic infantry. I mean, the spears, like the mid-tier units, their armor, in my opinion, is one of the nicest to look at. I really do love it. Goblin bodyguards in here as well. But yeah, like all the spears, the axes, even like the mid-tier axe, like shock infantry, the axe guards. They're really, really cool. I don't know what it is. I think just having watched the Hobbit movies, they look so good. They really do. Got a goblin heavy archers over here. They're trying to get side shots into this engagement. I think they're trying to shoot the axe guards, which is a good target. Shock infantry has low missile block. So yeah, that's certainly a very, very good target to go after. Plenty of Dwarven reserves at the moment. We've got so many crossbows as well back here. But no trolls as far as concerned. Oh no, we've got some mountain trolls. No Olog High though, which is kind of surprising that Mordor didn't bring any. But yeah, I guess maybe he thought waste of money because they are facing, you know, 4 crossbow factions, and also jabbies in the sense of the Erebor Axe Warriors. They will be able to like hit those trolls pretty nasty. We now have Mordor moving forward, as you can see here, moving forward with Black Shield Bodyguards, and they are going to slam into the infantry down here. It looks like I'd imagine the Raiders will go in first. They're cheaper and also get a better charge bonus. Erebor is standing strong. I mean, these spears have been in since the start, which I know has not been that long. There's 15 infantry. Actually, no, maybe this one's been in the start. Still, you know, it's like 30 infantry. And they've probably killed hundreds of goblins. Thin silver line holding back the army of evil. Will get slowly worn down. These guys will tire. But Erebor Axe Warrior is already losing in here. Why are they losing? Bodyguards, that's why. Goblin bodyguards. Rinsing them. The goblins are constantly cycling stuff in and out. I don't know why they're bothering to cycle the swords out. I cycle the shock out for sure. Wouldn't bother necessarily with the swords. More goblin bodyguards going in. I mean, there's just I think there's just gonna be a lot of the tier 4s here. Just spamming these tier 4s out. That's one of the downsides, obviously, of like the current update, where like just tiers are just non-existent. In my opinion, I think it's not a good thing. We've got goblin black shield spears here as well. So yeah, we have got a War of the Mountains on as a submod, and we also have Last Breath, but I don't think Last Breath is being used because there's no Iron Hills here at all. All Erebors. So yeah. But yeah, we do have War of the Mountains on, which adds a few new goblin units, like Black Shield, spears and swords. I think there's a few other units they add as well, but I don't think they brought any of them here today, at least as far as I can see. Yeah, I don't think they brought anything else, to be honest, other than those units. But yeah, a lot of pressure going on in this area. I mean, if they could get crossbows up to here, which is going to be tough, they could side shot into all of those engagements and really turn that fight around. As you can see, the crossbows here, scavenge crossbows, and also the bows of the goblins are just kind of like focusing this area down. They're doing a lot of damage. And the crossbows now getting up here and shooting. I think that's making a difference in these fights. Yeah, looks like Mordor tried an assault. He's taken some loss. It took quite a lot of losses here, actually. Didn't like his options here. The crossbows here set up in a nice little spot. Able to get good side shots. And it looks like Mordor is immediately going to fall back and just go to the other side, which I'm not not a big fan of. We're going to just see a 2 choke point slog, possibly here. This is turning into a siege from a land battle quite quickly. It's not really a land battle at all. It is a siege. It's an unfortified settlement. We get the jabbies up here, and look at that. Erebor's falling back. He's going to fall back to this choke point. He doesn't get side-shotted so much. I think that's the plan. Not a bad idea. Not giving up masses of ground. Shame he didn't get his jabbies off with his axe infantry as the goblin bodyguard came in. That would have helped. Yeah, I think with Mordor falling back, I think Evil is going to attack all in the same direction, all going to the same choke point. But yeah, as this is being recorded, I think this is the first video I've done since Golden States have announced the campaign date. Which, if you don't know, if you somehow have missed when the campaign is coming out, it is going to be the 12th of December. Very excited, just before Christmas. I am certainly looking forward to that. I've already picked faction I will be showcasing off first. It'll be very, very exciting. No spoilers there as to who that will be. The Dwarves going straight back in. Getting stuck in there. The Javi's trying to throw, or Axion's trying to throw back there. I mean, this definitely benefits the Dwarves, I feel like, by just going in one choke point. It's really stretch the Dwarves. Like, numbers are going to matter. I mean, already, I don't know, 600 dwarves killed, nearly 2,000, well, nearly 1,500 orcs. I feel like they need to actually do a bit better of a job here at killing these orcs off. They're not killing off quickly enough. I mean, there aren't really many bad orc and goblin units here. Like, the goblin blade warriors, they're okay. I mean, in a one-on-one, they're never going to win. But there are so many of them. The Morgul Raiders as well. Like, which I presume are being buffed by Gothmog. They're going to be okay. There's not like that many Night Raiders or like Warband units or Gravel. So I mean, like the orcs, they've got good stuff here and numbers. Goes another wave of goblin bodyguards. Like I said, this is another problem as well with the tiers, is that now that you're not limited, armies are just going to fill up with elites. We've even got elites in here now. Mansion Claimers in here for the Dwarves. They're losing as well. This is not a good sign. Like I said, they could do with killing these goblins off a bit quicker. There are a lot of them still alive. The Dwarves have fallen back, as you can see here. Now, Mortal, with the support of Goblin, Gundabad, and Wargs here, they're now pushing at this tower. They're going to capture this. Dwarves maybe made a mistake there. They're going to fall back to this little choke point. Just hold here. I think they might do. Again, though, I can't see Mortal really pushing with much. They just need to put a couple of units here. Just tie this, like a small force of Dwarves down here. I mean, the Dwarves still have a lot of reserves as well. There's a lot of units over here. They've not even started to push this defense here, which is a disgusting defense of Iron Guards and Mansion Claimers from one player. That is just, yeah, like 2 layers of elites. That is going to be tough to break through. There are some Knight Raiders here I've seen. A bit of mass, but yeah, not a lot. Most of the mass, I think, is coming from these Morgul Raiders.
The men are broken,
which, like I said, I think are supercharged. I mean, I'm surprised they're not sending in the weakened units, like send those back in before they send in any more fresh units. Oh, nice positions up here from the crossbows, though. They've actually, yeah, got a nice little position, these Iron Hill crossbows, with that little railing there, just to make sure they're safe. But they're shooting over the top of these engagements and shooting into the masses of reserves, getting some nice hits onto, looks like Goblin Bodyguard back there. Very, very nice. Every single bolt needs to be made to matter. DURIN'S kin here, fighting for survival right now from the armies of evil. Yeah, I mean, what are we in now? Like 10 minutes in? 800 losses. So yeah, they've lost about another 200 troops. Yeah, Goblins getting close to 11,000 remaining. So, I mean, they're going in the right direction here. Can this Iron Hill crossbow get fired from up here? I hope it can. This is a brilliant spot for it, if it can. I think he's still trying to maneuver it. We should just start shooting from there and just side shot. I'm pretty sure crossbows can still arc in Dawnless State, so we should definitely be doing that. How are these? Yeah, these Morgul Raiders are winning, which does concern me that maybe they are supercharged. Maybe are supercharged. And they are fighting weakened Erebor Axe Warriors, but even still, I would imagine that they should still lose that fight. I don't know. Maybe they need to start shooting those Morgul Raiders more. They are maybe more of the danger than the Goblin Bodyguards and anything else. Archers, though, are just like absolutely dominating these crossbows. If a Dwarven crossbow comes forward and is in an easy place to shoot it, it is getting absolutely dominated. But if they're going to keep pushing this one choke point, just keep cycling in and out crossbows, set them up here, and just shoot down. It seems like these guys are doing pretty well. Yeah, the guys up here are not having any success. They need to just fall back. Reassuringly, a lot of archers are starting to run out of ammo, or at least the crossbows are running out of ammo. Well, I say a lot. I think it actually might be one. Another one that's getting pretty low. I don't think... They haven't brought masses of archers. Certainly, obviously, the down-arranged army, because Mortal went full melee, didn't bring a single range unit. So eventually, the Dwarves might be able to use some of their archers in that position. Get good flanking shots. Black Shield Bodyguard now in here. The Elite Orcs. Yeah, if you want to send in any of your own replays, the Dawnless days, or any Total War, place to send them in is to Discord. The link is down below in the description of this video. If you want to, you know, get involved, if you haven't already, join. That is the place to go. You can get involved in scenarios, streams, all sorts of shenanigans. Definitely should do that if you haven't already. And you're needing more Total War games in your life. If you want to send in, if you want to, you know, support the channel, then you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel and really just help sort of the algorithm and all that with a cheeky little comment. Scavenge crossbows here. Getting set up. They're going to try and shoot these Iron Guards. One last volley from them. They're probably going to kill 0 Iron Guards. Are they going to get point blank? I think they are, aren't they? Try and maximize this crossbow volley. And they probably didn't even scrape the paintwork of those shields. Mantra Claimer line has now been moved from the left flank, though, to the right flank. Evidently, these players are concerned about this. That might be a little bit overkill. 4 Mantra Claimers might be a bit insane. So, there's still a lot of Axe Warriors back here, and a Mantra Claimer that's being held in reserve anyway. But they'll do damage, and they might just go for time. Like, I fast forward quite a bit on this replay. But like I let it run for a little bit. All I'm saying. So they might go for time. Goblin bodyguards charging on it. Let's try and cut their way through. It looks like the enemy there. And there you go. A push has been made on this side, but it's a very, very weak push. I don't even think you'd call it a push. Scavenge crossbows here, just throwing their lives away on those Iron Guard. I'm going to see the Night Raiders I thought were going to go for, but they're not anymore. Goblin bodyguards might. I do think they should start pushing this side, though. They should, you know, try and draw out more of the Dwarven reserves. Looks like the Dwarves fallen back again. Maybe. It certainly seems like they've kind of like got pushed a bit. You go to the Mantra Claimers, cutting down, or at least trying to cut down Morgul Raiders. Morgul Raiders are having a lot of joy though. Like I said, I think Gothmog as a general should be banned until he's fixed. Just so that you don't run into the potential of like the potential of basically someone just abusing his ability. Which, if you don't know how it works, basically Gothmog, if you put every single unit on top of Gothmog, he has like an ability that gives like for all units in his radius from the very start of the game, gives him a massive bonus in melee attack and melee defense. And it's quite a substantial amount. I think it's like something like 10%, 15%, or something like that. It's quite a lot. Anyway, so basically people have worked this out, and they've basically been selling entire armies, mostly shock armies as well, over Gothmog. And it works for your allies as well. But I know that the Goblins didn't stand on top of Gothmog. Mordor might have stood on most of his army on top of Gothmog, at least in the radius. So he might be supercharged. But the Goblins and stuff, they all spawned here, and they weren't on top of like Gothmog, which is reassuring to see. So the Goblins, as far as I'm aware, they're just normal stats. Yeah, it should only be Gothmog, I feel. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, it maybe just change the ability, I don't know. Change the ability so it's not, it's more like like for 30 seconds rather than constantly. That would be maybe what you should do. What are the numbers looking like now? 4,400 against 10,000. Again, I don't think they're killing them quick enough. I actually think the Dwarves have lost a lot more than the Goblins have, like in recent, since we last checked in. Sort of percentage-wise. And actually, the Goblins and the Orcs are getting around the flanks here. Oh, camera doesn't like going there. But yeah, you can see here, flanking all around. Someone needs to do something about this. I think it's because, honestly, I feel it's because the Dwarves just aren't able to mobilize their crossbows just nearly well enough here. They're really not. Also, I do have a feeling that like there are other factors at bay here, but I do think that is a massive one. We're actually going to see. Yeah, look at this. Iron Guards are getting focused down now by scavenged crossbows. Like the thing is, if they push out a formation to try and challenge those crossbows, they're going to get swamped by axes and shock infantry here. They just kind of have to stand there and deal with this. And it's just brutal. Brutal for the Dwarves. A lot of units just broke there for the Dwarves as well. Erebor, Warriors, Spear Guards. I think these Mansion Claims with 1 man left. I think, yeah, these units are just exhausted. Just breaking from army losses. Or crossbows without ammo being sent in. Reassuring, there is still a lot of Dwarven reserves, and actually there has been a push now over here. I've not even looked in this area in a long time. It looks like we are seeing Gondor actually push here. Mordor, sorry, push here. Gimli's actually been sent over as well. He's getting shot up. So in the Erebor halberds. But yeah, the spear should hold for a long time here, to be honest. They're in no real danger. What is it, Iron Guard? Yeah, they're not going to break through the Iron Guard for a long time. I'm surprised no one brought the Iron Hills, just maybe for the Goat Cav, just in case, you know, there was a little bit of a breakthrough. You could use the Goat Cav just to basically slam it away. And there has been a little bit of a sally out here. Erebor Axe Warriors did charge out. They are getting swarmed here by the body. And they're just trying to scare off the crossbows, preserve the Iron Guards. It's not really works. It's just giving a bit of relief to the Iron Guard, but only a little bit. Really not enough. Lot of breaking news there now for the Forces of Evil, but that's a good sign for the Dwarves. They're actually starting to break quite a lot of these weakened units. But there's so many more to come forward. What is now going in? Flagship bodyguards. Yeah, there's still so much to be sent in here. Numbers-wise now, 9,600 against 3,900. That is not quite 2-to-1 odds, but it's getting there. It is getting there. The Dwarves are slowly crushing these units. I mean, also you got to think, a lot of that man count is also a lot of archers, a lot of crossbows, like 225 scavenged crossbows. They're not going to do well in melee. Most of the Dwarven units will. The crossbows maybe not so much. But there isn't like untold thousands of them. Which, I mean, 4 scavenged crossbows, there's 1,000 men. There you go, Black Shield Bodyguard going in against the Iron Guard. thin line of silver and steel is holding. It is holding for now. I wonder whether this will be the breakthrough over here. Oh, maybe, actually. What has happened here since we've last checked? Did the Dwarves send in a mandatory claimant? What did they do? It's getting descended upon here by wargs. The poor magic is going to get ripped to shreds by the hounds of Mordor and Gundabad. I barely see them in amongst all this mess. There is a very thin dwarven line over here, and they are still shooting it. I think this is the problem, is that all these crossbows, they are focusing this on. I think this is going to be the problem. They're going to break through here. The Dwarves didn't get anything else over. No, Gimli is actually going in the opposite direction. We're seeing Iron Guards getting shifted there, which is good to see. They're going to need to send more. Another pole arm, seeing 2 more being sent in that direction. That might be the way they get through the Orcs. Oh, and yeah, there's a really thin gap here. Gundabad Wargs doing a really good job. They've got around, and that's it. I think they're in. I think they're in. The Iron Guards, for some reason, form a shield wall and tying up their formation. They should have just stayed stretched out. And now those Wargs are in. If you had the Goat Cav now, that would be a real great help, but they don't. Definitely could have brought it. The last breath is on. Iron Hills were available. Little do these Dwarves know. They're in the back lines. Chaos has erupted, and the Wargs are about to feast on their flesh. Let's just keep an eye on what's going on back there. Oh, get the HUD back up. And it looks like they're just avoiding all sort of units here at the moment. Those Gundabad Wargs. They've got a second one in now as well. It looks like the infantry finds about to break the Iron Guards. They might rear charge. No, they're not going to rear charge. They know they're going to break through. What happened? Why did the Magic Claimers go out so far? They should have just stayed in the choke point, just endured the pain. There's a lot that goes on, and you can see now, look at this. Gundabad Wargs going into the back of all these crossbows. Gonna fire a nice volley, really nice volley. Need to get some more of those off, though. And there you go, in go the Wargs, into the crossbows. And it's dwarven flesh for the Wargs tonight. Gonna rip these guys to shreds. There you go, we got Dane Ironfoot charging in head first. I love that. You need to spread all these crossbows out so yeah, they can just all shoot onto the Wargs. It's the best way to counter them. And he's doing a much better job now. Yeah, they are focusing these guys down. They are doing damage to the Iron Hill crossbows. It's something you can't avoid, but it's the best way to counter them. You stretch these crossbows out. These other two should be firing now as well. Why they're not firing? But yeah, Gundabad Wargs again going to go in. He's going to go after this unit over here.
This is a shameful display.
Might get another volley off last minute. Yeah, nice. Really nice volley, actually. And he should deal with this Warg issue. The problem is the infantry is now in. They might be able to get up another formation here in a moment. If these Dwarves can get into this, I don't know, it's still going to be tough. Luckily for them, there's not masses of infantry back here. They could probably deal with this quickly enough. If they can deal with the Wargs, they can deal with this infantry quite quickly. They can maybe patch this up. Problem is, it's going to take a lot of forces just to go and deal with a really, really small force, just to pin down those Wargs. And that actually then might give the guys on the front lines a bit of a chance to break through. Iron Guard are now actually engaged against infantry. They're probably glad by that. They're not having to deal with just being shot by crossbows constantly.
Our men return to the fight.
There you go, shock infantry going in as the Goblin bodyguards. That might turn the battle in favour of the Goblins there. It took a bit of a drop to those Iron Guards. Still, Wargs causing problems, and those Iron Guards are getting outflanked. They try to get into the choke point in time. They're just getting rear charged by stuff. Currently, I think mostly by Wargs. The Wargs are doing a lot of the damage here. another elite Dwarven unit that's going to get isolated and killed off. There's a lot of that going on. In a way, it's kind of because you can't, there's no tiers. So people throw these units away like they're, you know, like it's candy. Like they're worthless. But these guys are good. They cost a lot. Every single Iron Guard's life is worth 20 orcs, if not more. I'm gonna route that Black Shield Bodyguard. But that was about it. What the rest of the orcs? Right, this is the new line they're gonna try and make this really long, thin line across here. Interesting choice. And he's actually managed to get the crossbows as well over here, which I've got a lot of ammo left. He's doing a much better job earlier with the Dwarves of dealing with these wargs. They seem to be having as much joy now. Like I said, you need to spread them out. Don't have them in one nice long line. How's this happen as well? Oh, it's just a marker. Again, I thought the Night Raiders had pulled through or something, but no. Mantra claims it's just charged on it. Pretty good charge, effective. Looks like he's going to route this Night Raider. Should fall back behind the Iron Guard line after he's done this. There you go. Now fall back. Don't overcommit. He's going to overcommit though. He lost 0 Mantra claimers. You should just fall back. Listen in the Black Shields next. Like, why stay here? Fall back behind like friendly lines. Like, you could get outflanked in theory from there. Or it's on the front line here. Tell me it's 2 Wardens. It is 2 Wardens. They're losing. And they're probably the focus of a lot of the missile fire right now. Even still, losing a melee, kind of surprised by that. Will hold for as long as they can. They probably will fight to the last dwarf. Bounce power is not looking good. Oh, I didn't even think about this. Yeah, look at this. The cap point's being currently captured. I forgot it's back here. Never do I usually see forces break this way round on this map. But Iron Guards, yeah, like the dwarves are desperately having to try and fight back for their own cap point here. Looks like most of the wargs have been dealt with. Most. Not all, but most. They are finally going to recapture this though, but they were so close. Look at that.
Enemy forces
they like go halfway. Now finally it looks like they're going to be able to force back these crossbows and these shock infantry here. The Goblin bodyguards should finally be dealt with by Iron Guards and 2 Wardens. Yeah, the 2 Wardens are going to commit themselves here. They're then revealing themselves and they are getting focused on by the crossbows. This could still be a bit of a win here for the Goblins. They'll lose everything, but they'll take down some very good units with them. Why the spear is not pushing the crossbows that it needs to do. Numbers wise, we're at 2,600 against 7,100. Gonna need a little bit more of those goblins to die. Gonna need a little bit more. Just zoom in here. It gets really laggy when I come over here. The amount of bodies.
From the enemy.
More that supercharged shock infantry going in for Mordor here. More Morgul Raiders being sent in. And here we go. The proper offensive now taking place. As the Dwarves also attacked here. I think they kind of did some of the attacking themselves, attacking the Black Shield bodyguards. I mean, it's potential they could win this flank here, the Dwarves. And you think, Pope, there's not a lot here, but these are all elite Dwarven units. Potentially they could. They can beat the Goblin bodyguard. They need support from like archers and stuff. They're going to get shocked. Support them with Erebor axes coming over, which is good to see. They're going to need some axe infantry here to support that. It looks like finally this is sort of being dealt with as well. Barlin's back here actually dealing with it. We have now, and they have sent more over here actually. Look at this, more Night Raiders, cheap goblins. We also got some good ones in the bodyguard. The gap is still sort of open. They could definitely flank it, keep problems going on here. It's not ever been rectified at all since our first breakthrough. See in the background, the trolls are coming forward and the trolls are getting stuck in. They should try and shoot those guys down with crossbows. They can pull through, they're allowed to. Whether they should is a different question. Yeah, looks like they're falling back. Are they falling back? There are crossbows over here. They're getting shot to pieces, though. The Forces of Evil have done a really good job with dealing with Dwarven crossbows. They really have. 6,100 against 2,200. It's 3 to 1 odds. It's not bad for Dwarves. They can still win that for sure.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
I think he's pulling out the shock just to keep cycle charging them. They are beating like the Goblin bodyguards down here. Like I said, they can absolutely win that flank. Reassuringly, you know, it's looking like there's not a lot of reserves over on this side here now for the Goblins. What is in is in. There's a lot of reserves now over on this side because they feel like this is the way to break through, which it possibly is, but it's a really narrow choke point to try and break through. If the Dwarves can just plug it with some elites, they'll be fine. But this is looking reassuringly quite good. The trolls need shooting. There is like a crossbow unit left over here which has got some ammo, but not a lot of men. And it looks like they could just get swamped by all these archers here. But yeah, that needs to shoot the trolls really. These mountain trolls are pretty easy to kill, but if left to their own devices, they will kill. They are smacking the skulls of a lot of these dwarves here. But behind them is a pretty thin line of orcs left. We've now got polearms in here, spear warriors. That might make a difference in that flank. Yeah, over here, not a lot left. These two Mordants have a silver chevron. They have 12 of them left. That's crazy. It really is. And if a general were to die or something like that, that would be also very, very bad. Gothmog's about to go in, you'd imagine soon. He's got a couple of Morgul Raiders left to throw in. You know that these guys are supercharged because they're being left in reserve before a Black Shield bodyguard's going in.
Filthy cowards! Our allies are running!
Trolls are starting to die though. I just saw one drop. 7 out of 8. Yeah, and they are losing. They have like a very short lifespan. They really are like a glass cannon. The dwarves are, yeah, look at this. They're pushing on. Erebor Axe Guards here. They're actually going to go into these archers. Then they've got the High Chief's Aim bodyguard to go into. Turning around on this flank here for the dwarves. It is looking, there's a lot of red here for the goblins, sorry. It is possible. This is also not looking so bad now. Get this polearm 2 Morden into the fight, just hold here, and they will struggle to break through. Even with the goblin bodyguards that are yet to be thrown in. There's a polearm as well, but still. Barlin's not looking so great, he is losing. I'd probably try and get him out of the fight at some point, but yeah, they're doing okay over there with the Dwarves. Like I said, this line is starting to crumble. We're going to see Thorin Stonehelm going in a moment. He's been sent in, he's going to go after the Goblin King himself. Oh no, the High Chieftain's bodyguard. I was going to say, Thorin is going to be the focus of a lot of crossbow fire here. I don't know who's actually saving the fight. Thorin has fallen back. He's already taken a lot of losses. Well, not a lot, but a good amount of losses. Oh, and that was a mistake. Look at that. Thorin down to half strength already. And that's just from crossbow fire. Yeah, that was brutal. That was really, really poor. I think A, to send him in, but then also to pull him back out. He didn't show his back. Sometimes pushing forward and overcommitting is just not the right move. The trolls finally fall back. There is a bit of an opening here in the line, though. The dwarves have all of this themselves. There's Danes in here in the fight as well, and they are beating the polearms that are in here now. I'm going to see another High Chieftain's bodyguard gets in that way. Goblin King, I think, is... Oh, no, that's Gothmog. Goblin King, I think, is over here, isn't he? Yeah, he is. And they are, again, managed to break through. How have they not managed to hold this choke point? And they're not pulling through. They've just pushed back here and then just snuck over this cliff. It's a bit dodgy, I'll admit. I'd be pissed by it, but it's absolutely fine to do. And here as well, I think this is the problem. We just do not realize that this is actually passable. And yeah, look at that. That's horrendous. There's a lot of orcs getting around there, and that could be a problem now. A lot of orcs and a lot of goblins. Balin's had to go and deal with the back lines. He's getting shot in the back as well by crossbow. General of the ally is dead. Who's died? Oh, it's one of the High Chieftain's bodyguard over there. He's been slain by Gimli himself. Love that. I mean, Gimli is also, by looks at, going to die. But look at that. That's a full victory over there for the Dwarves. Very, very nice. They actually might defeat these units over here as well. Problem is, oh, actually, I thought they were capturing the point. Look, they are not capturing the point anymore. Balin is actually winning this fight while being surrounded and shot in the back. What an absolute chad he is. This is not looking good, though. This is... Yeah, that is not good. This could be the breakthrough. The enemy general dead.
The enemy general is dead.
Thorin, of all of them, has died. He's, like, quite healthy still. 47? Really? That is very surprising. I was going to say, especially with, like, Gimli and Dane literally on, like, no troops left. Thorin having died, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed.
Our ally flees the field.
Crossbows here, they're getting chased off. Yeah, what a victory for the Dwarves. I mean, I don't know why they're pulling out magic claims. I'd start forming up and sending a force back here if you can. You're going to try and capture the point again. The Goblins. It's just always just seems to be a problem. They should never have fallen back from here, really. I feel like that's kind of might be my critique. Never fall back from here. Because this tower is so important. Such an important tower to try and hold, and you get some pretty good angles with your crossbows. Been a brutal choke point here, really has. Just constant. Gothmog in here now grinding away. Gothmog in this fight. I don't know if he's technically like just got a 7 to the eye bodyguard, or if it is in fact just like an entire different unit, but he is losing that fight. Bodyguard. Looks like Gimli's about to die and break, and there you go, he is gone. Actually, this is now turned from victory to what looks like potentially defeat here for the Dwarves, because they pulled off reserves and they didn't take on the initiative and finish it off. I mean, understandable at the same time, because they are quite literally losing the cap point, and you can see the Goblins here are going to guard it with their life. They're putting up a line of defense there. This is a first, though. I've literally never seen the cap point get taken. It usually, well, actually, no, that's a lie. I have. I think the last time we saw this, the cap point got taken, and the final defense actually took place in this corner here. But yeah, and definitely not from this angle, like pushing this way around. Usually, it's always from the other way around. It happens, but it's a first. It's a very refreshing battle, that's for sure. In that sense, this is going to be a victory here, though. Gothmog is going to get defeated. I don't know why zooming down here. It's just so laggy. There's no one left as well.
The victory point is ours.
There you go. Victory point has been taken. A few of these brave servants left. I don't know if the Dwarves are going to have the manpower to actually break through, or the Dwarf power to break through. 444. Probably not against 2,000. It's just really rough. I mean, it's just so many elites being brought. I don't know what the funds were, but I feel like the higher the funds, the less chance the Dwarves have, because the idea is they like the small elite armies of Dwarves taking on massive Goblin ones, which are, you know, pretty cheap. But like they have numbers. Like that's how it should be. It shouldn't be like 13,000. That's quite a lot. I mean, you can definitely get bigger Goblin armies. I mean, they could left Mordor wasn't here. I think they could have had a fourth Goblin army that was equally just, you know, scary in size. And yeah, and you can have bigger armies with just cheaper units, and they make for really interesting viewings as well. Like the Dwarves. Goblins will fight to the last man. It makes other units, you know, quite important, like pole arms, and like the Goblin bodyguards and trolls a bit more important, I'd say. But yeah, I don't know, with the spam of like Goblin bodyguards, like it just kind of like the Dwarves are going to be eventually going to get worn down, being cycle charged by these units. I mean, this one's untouched. So that kind of shows like they still have quite a bit left here. And it actually looks like we're going to see a mass trial, I think, take place. They're going to make a stand somewhere here. Now, not having the morale at the capture point, these guys probably are going to break pretty quickly, and there are literally 180 Dwarves left. I imagine we're going to see a mass trial here in a second. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. General's been killed as well. He's routed. Dane has been routed here. And yeah, I imagine we're just going to, in the next 30 seconds, we're going to see a mass rout. But it's a pretty fun fight nonetheless. I did honestly feel like for a moment the Dwarves could do it. It did seem like they had a chance, but just was a little too much in the end, unfortunately for them. Just a little too much. It's a shame, but a good fight nonetheless. And it's good to see the Dwarves, you know, in action. We don't often see them getting played, and certainly on this greater scale. Well, good old battle, like sort of the Orcs versus the Dwarves. And the Orcs are going to win. And there you go, I think. That's a mass rout, yeah, there you go. And a Pyrrhic victory for the Goblins. And we'll have a quick look at some of the end results. I think this was sent in by Blue Rock, who's playing as one of the Gobbo armies. So thank you very much, Blue Rock, for sending this one in. Much appreciated, dude. Yeah, he got... his Goblin King didn't get any kills, but he wasn't needed. Because his Goblin Bodyguard did all the work. Look at the spam of Goblin Bodyguard. This is what's kind of wrong, I feel like, with the mod. And you need to limit tiers when you play games, because I feel like this is just disgusting. I mean, they didn't get huge kills, but they're fighting quite small units, so there's not going to be like huge kills. Like on the Dwarven side, we're going to see some big kills, I feel like. But yeah, 109 kills there, 152 kills with the crossbows, 164 with another one there, 220 kills with the Gundabad Wargs. Is very good, though. I think that's on... crossbows. Then we have Prada over here playing as Mordor. Gothmog got 85 kills. Yeah, the Black Shield Bodyguard 74. Morg Raiders 100 kills. But yeah, 121. But yeah, nothing too insane again. Aaron playing as the second Goblin army. 73 kills with the High Chieftain's Guard, 122 kills, 137 with the bodyguards here. 102 kills with his heavy archers, 166. Their trolls did pretty well, 155, and then the Gunnerbad Wargs, 123 kills, and then Indiscreet Hitman playing as the fourth Goblin army. Oh, sorry, the third Goblin army, but the fourth Evil army. 109 kills with the heavy archers, 143 kills with the crossbows. But yeah, infantry didn't really do a lot. But it's, like I said, quite hard. Dwarves have very small armies, so it's hard to kill them off and get big kills anyway. Ark playing as Erebor, 124 kills here with Erebor Axe Guards, 181 kills, 136 kills with Erebor Axe Warriors, 211 with the Iron Guards, 208, 241 kills, and then the crossbows 377, 284 kills. Not too shabby for them. Then we have Showbiz Llama playing as Thorin Stonehelm's army. A pretty small army. Was one of the smallest armies. It actually is the smallest, only just. Yeah, just all elites. No crossbows either. 2 Mortars, 589 kills. Those insane. Very nice. Spear Guards, 129 kills. Axe Warriors, 165, 132. 293 kills the Axe Guards here. And then we have Clawfather playing as Balin's Erebor army, trying to defend that rear. 265 kills with Balin there. 210 kills the Axe Warriors, 289 kills the Iron Guards. His 2 Mortars getting 243 kills is not bad. 111 kills with his crossbows is kind of got focused down by the looks of it. And Nilo playing as the spam of Manchu claimers here, which I don't know, they do okay, but I've been told they're not as great as you might think. But yeah, 437 kills is not too shabby. 213 kills, another one there. 238 kills of the Iron Guards. And crossbows getting 241 kills as well. Not too shabby there. Gimli getting a mere 88 kills. Not that great for him. He'd expect better. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days Siege Land Battle. What do you want to call it? Unfortified Settlement Battle. But yeah, thank you for watching. Very much appreciated. I don't know how many more Dawnless Days videos there will be out before we start, like battles, before we go to the campaign, because that will be just like a lot of campaign. I will try and do as many battles as possible, but if you need any more in the meantime, do check out some of these ones appearing on your screen. Should be some crackers there if you haven't seen those. But until next time, I'll see you folks later.